Hey folks, it's Sven back again, and today I'm teaching you on request proper chords to After You've Gone. Well, let me say one thing first about that guitar. A lot of guys always ask me what guitar to buy when you start with gypsy jazz, and just as an excuse, because today the sound won't be so good, but this is my new camping guitar, and it's an APC gypsy jazz guitar, and I got that one for 150 bucks. I mean, what? And it's usually 260, I guess, when you order it. Euros, I don't know the price in dollars. And it's not very good, but it's enough, to take it on vacation and stuff. And it still has something that a Western guitar does not have concerning the way it plays. And it feels when you play it. So, APC. It's not so bad at all for the price of only 260 euros. That's really amazing. And you can take it anywhere, and if you lose it or if somebody destroys it, of course it's not cool. 260 euros are 260 euros, but word goes on. So, okay, but only just to mention it. So, After You've Gone is one of the songs that starts on the 4th degree of the scale. And in this year, I will also not only teach the chords, but also say something about the harmonic structure of the song. I will play the chords as a demonstration quickly and then explain everything in detail. Well, After You've Gone, it's like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. After you've gone and left me crying, after you've gone, there's no denying. You feel blue, you feel sad. You miss the dearest ball that you've ever had. There come a time, now don't forget it. There come a time when you regret it. One day, when you grow lonely, your heart will break like mine and you want me only. After you've gone away. And again, from the beginning. This was one chorus. And as I said before, it's one of those songs who starts on the 4th degree, and I recommend, if you learn that one, to learn similar songs, and these would be, for example, in the gypsy jazz context, I'll See You in My Dreams. It's very similar, and there's already a video where I teach the chords. And another one that starts on the 4th degree and then goes down to the 4th degree minor is Menil Montant, and also a song that you will find in a lot of jazz books, and if you play more contemporary jazz or jazz from the 60s, is Just Friends. It's not from the 60s, I guess it's also an old swing classic, but it's not so often played in gypsy jazz, Just Friends. And these songs are very similar to each other, and so I recommend always learning songs with a similar form. So the first chord that I played was C69, and if you already watched some of my videos, you will know this chord. The special thing is that my second finger is holding down 2 strings at the same time, but not as a bar chord, but by placing the finger in between the strings. So I play G and C at the same time, while the first finger, now with a little bar chord, is playing E and A, and the ring finger is playing D and G. This is C69. The C minor 6 that follows that I played was that one, and it's a very little voicing, and you got several options here around the 3rd fret. That one is very easy, and I recommend it because it sounds good. It's only C, the E string is muted. You can actually also play the 5th, the G and the bass, but I only played these 3 notes. C, E string is muted with the middle finger, D string is muted, first finger is playing A, and the pinky is playing E flat. So other options that you have for C minor would be playing the top of the bar chord without playing the bar chord. The thumb is muting the lower strings, or actually playing the bar chord. That's also fine if you like to do that. It's not a problem. These are the options around the 3rd fret. So you can also, of course, in a jazz context, you could play C minor 7 or C minor 9, but these are not so typical for that old time string music. If you want to play them anyway, the C minor 9 covering all strings uses the same principle. Second finger is playing G and C at the same time. My first finger is playing E flat in the first fret on the D string, which would be the minor third, and the third finger is covering three strings at the same time, playing B flat, D, and G. It's a nice voicing, actually. So then we go to G6 or G6-9, and the typical way to play that in gypsy jazz is very difficult. Would be that one. If you never have done that before, it's a difficult chord. The thumb is playing the G. You know, the thumb is here over the neck. You do that a lot in pop, blues, rock, and jazz music. But if you have a classical background, maybe teachers told you not to do it and that it's absolutely wrong. So to say this is not true, because in contemporary music or the music of the 20th century, it's done a lot. So you can do it. Then again, my middle finger is playing two strings, this time the fifth and the root again, so to say a power chord. Then the first finger is playing natural B, 4th fret on the G string, and the third finger is playing E and A. So you got root, fifth, root, third, 6, and 9. If this is too hard for you, just play the middle strings with 4 fingers, leave out the low G and the A, so you got a G6 chord. That's absolutely fine, and you will find it more easy actually to play the root like this. You can also play the normal jazz book G6 chord, which would be that one. I also like that, not a problem. So middle finger is playing the root, A string is muted, and then you got the 6 on the D string, E, 2nd fret, and then the pinky is playing the 3rd and the 5th is played with the ring finger. So now we switch to E dominant 7, and what I did here in the example was playing E flat 7 and then sliding into, or not sliding, but that will lead into E dominant 7. And this is the pretty normal E dominant 7 chord. Very easy, with E, G sharp, D, and E. You should know that because it's the same chord when you take the first C major chord that you learn, and then you place the pinky on the G string, 3rd fret, you get C dominant 7. And you can move that chord all around the fretboard like a bar chord, you know, when you mute both E strings. You got C dominant 7, C sharp dominant 7, D dominant 7, D sharp or E flat dominant 7, and E dominant 7. Next would be F dominant 7, F sharp dominant 7, G dominant 7, and so on. So that was the E chord that I played. If you want to play a very typical different gypsy jazz chord, you would play E dominant 7, 9. And it's exactly the same one that we had for C6, 9, with the difference that the ring finger is covering the upper 3 strings in order to have the dominant 7, the 7 here. What's up with that guitar? Don't care. So, and then the A dominant 7 chord that I played was that one. This is very hard because it's actually the bar chord, but by using that fingering, you naturally leave out the upper E string. And you do that just for idiomatic reasons in gypsy jazz. That sound is not so typical on the A dominant 7 chord or on the dominant 7 chord. So if you can't do that because it's very difficult with the ring finger, even if you already can play guitar and you're good in jazz voicings and fingerings, that might be difficult. But I recommend to practice it anyway, of course, but you can leave it out. Keep the A string muted, just playing this, and you probably know that. I play it with my thumb in the bass in a lot of jazz books. It's written down with that fingering, using the first finger, A string muted, and then we got the 7, G, pinkies playing the 3rd, C sharp, and we got the 5th up here with the ring finger. So then I'm moving to D dominant 7, and I can use both chords that I used for E dominant 7, just 2 frets below. And then again, G, which is the tonic of that tune. And we have a pretty long G here, and in the end, when part B starts, or at the end of the form, you can play G dominant 7 in the last bar in order to return to the 4th reggae. So you got a secondary dominant that It's leading to the 4th degree again to C. So that was part B. After you've gone, C minor 6 and left me crying. Now we go to G6 9. After you've gone, E dominant 7. There's no denying. A minor. Oh, I left out the A minor. I'm very the A dominant 7. No, I don't left. Forget it. It's part B. Sorry. So A dominant 7. You feel blue. You feel sad. D. And then you miss the dearest pal that you've ever had. And then G dominant 7 in order to return to C. Now comes part B. There come a time when you regret it. There come a time. Now don't forget it, or other way around. Don't know the lyrics here. And now from the E dominant 7 chord on, now it's different. The last 8 are different. This is pretty usual for songs with an A-B form. You got part A and B pretty much the same, but the last 8 are different. And the same is like here with After You've Gone. Now instead of moving to A dominant 7, we move to A minor 6. I think I played that one in the introduction. And these are the most common voicings. That one is very easy and very common. Middle finger is playing the root, A. A string is muted, and then the first finger is playing F sharp, which is the natural 6 of A. And the ring finger is playing minor 3rd, 5th, and root again to make it A minor 6. So then the next chord would be E dominant 7 again. The easiest thing from that one would be playing E dominant 7 9 like that. Then we go back to A minor 7 and now move it up to the 8th fret for C minor 6. Sorry, A minor 6 and C minor 6. And now we move back to G6 9. You can use again that one. What I did in the introduction was playing it up in the 10th fret, the same way that I played C6 9 in the 10th fret, makes it G6 9, with D, G, natural B, E, A, and D. And then B dominant 7, the same way that I played A dominant 7, just in the 7th fret, leading to E minor 7, and here I'm playing the normal jazz E minor 7 chord with root, 3rd, 7th, and the 3rd is doubled. E, G, D, and again G, or even E minor 9 also fits, but I avoid that when I play Pomp for somebody because it's an option note. It's not typical for the style, and it's also a good idea to avoid using a lot of option notes, especially when you're just playing swing. Then again A dominant 7. Sometimes when I play it fast, I play A dominant 7 13 with A string muted, G, C sharp and F sharp, or even using A dominant 7 13 with the flat 9 in the bass, which makes it a B flat dim chord. And this is pretty typical. In context from the G it would be like this. Typical. And then again G, D, and G. Again the second half. There come a time, now don't forget it, baby. There come a time when you regret it. Someday, down and half-hearted, you long to get back to the place where we started. After you've gone, G dominant 7. This is basically the form. So now let's talk about some harmonic stuff here. So we start in the 4th degree, that is C, and then we have a very common harmonic phenomenon, which is going from C to C minor. That happens a lot in pop songs too. For example, Green Day. Summer is coming past, the innocence and never leave. Wake me up when September ends. Don't know the lyrics, but don't mind. Never mind. You know, it happens a lot. The minor chord on the 4th degree. Then we go to the tonic. So if I play it with basic chords, it would be like this. After you've gone, 4th degree minor, left me crying, tonic, G. After you've gone. Now we go to the E, and left me crying. This is a secondary dominant chord on the 6th degree, very typical. In the scale it should be E minor, but we play it with a major third. So we got the leading note here in the G sharp that leads to A, to the next chord. A is on the second degree of G, but now we play it also not as a minor chord as it should be, but again as a dominant chord. So this is the double dominant chord, as we call it in Germany. It's a secondary dominant chord leading to the dominant. D dominant 7. And then again G. If you play it with this chord, with these chords, it doesn't seem so difficult at all. And this is a great exercise that I recommend when playing jazz standards. Transposing it to the key of C or G, and then play it with the basic chords in order to realize how simple the tunes are. Look. After you've gone, it left me crying. After you've gone, there's no denying. You feel blue and you feel sad. You miss the dearest all that you've ever had. And again, there come a time, fourth degree minor. Now don't forget it. Tonic, there come a time again when you regret it. And now we play A minor, and this is a very typical movement that also appears in songs like Out of Nowhere or Hungaria. We play the A minor chord, some, back to E, day, again A minor, when you get, and then lonely, back to the C minor. This is very beautiful. Second degree, sixth degree as a dominant 7 chord, which is somehow the dominant chord to the A minor chord. Back to the tonic. This is also the C minor, the C minor chord, or the chord on the 4th degree minor always leads to the tonic again, most of the time. Your heart will, now a very common phenomenon, B7, which is the 3rd degree as a dominant chord, break like mine, and now we go to the 6th degree as it should be, minor, E minor, and A dominant 7. And then this is very untypical. Now from the A dominant 7, which is the 2nd degree and it's also a dominant chord, we go back to G, to the tonic. So the whole part B would be, there come a time when you regret it. There come a time, now don't forget it. One day when you get lonely, your heart will break like mine and you want me only. After you've gone away. And so the song is not so difficult. Actually, you're in G the whole time, and the only thing that you do while soloing when you're a beginner is to focus on the thirds of the secondary dominant chords. You know, for example, I mean, you're in the scale of G, so then when you have the E chord, the G sharp is special because it does not appear in the scale. And this is the way you think about it, you know, picking the special notes, playing more arpeggio based in the beginning. So let me now explain some of the things that you can do to spice it up a little bit. Of course, you can also start in the 8th fret using these voicings. This is very typical as well. Now you play the C6-9 chord that I showed you in the beginning for the G6-9 up in the 8th fret, and making this C minor 6, what you do is moving the first finger, the index finger, backwards to E flat. Very difficult. If you can't do that, you just play the middle strings, trying the same thing. Then you're here with the G. Everything's the same now. And now on these long bars with G, you can do a lot of different things. I will show you. After you've gone and left me crying, after you've gone, go to the A dominant 7 chord, D dominant 7 chord, and now. So I played. Playing the G6-9 here, then A minor 6, B flat dim, and the A minor 6 that I'm playing here is very simple. I just play A string muted, F sharp and C, and I leave out the B and E string and mute it. So A minor 6 would be the same voicing I can use here for B flat dim. Now you ask, why is that B flat dim and that A minor 6? I mean, in the scale there is no a real, if you would play more notes for this chord, it would be a dim chord. So the difference is not visible here, just using these 3 notes, because it's root, 6 and minor third. But if you would play more notes, it would be a dim chord. And then you go again to G. This is again G, just with the B in the bass. And then you walk backwards. And then to G dominant 7. This is very nice. Another option that you have is playing that one, making it a 2-5-1, not 1, 2-5, and then to C. D minor 7, and then back to C. This is also very nice, you can do that. And this is basically what I do for this song. Another thing that I'm often doing is in part B, I want to show you that one too, because it's very nice. So when I play part B, let's say from here, now I go like A minor, E, A minor, C minor, and after that C minor, now comes the G, B, E, A, and I play it like this. Sorry. A minor, E, so this is a kind of a movement where the bass note is involved. From the G, I go like, I play B dominant 7 like this, leaving out the pinky here because it's easier that way. Then playing D sharp diminished, E minor 7, E minor 7 with B in the bass, then playing A dominant 7 with the flat 9 in the bass, or B flat diminished. So again, I play G and then, I move to G. I often do this when I play After You've Gone. So, one day when you get lonely, your heart will break like mine and you want me only. After you've gone away. And again, part A. So, and this is basically the tune. And as I said before, I recommend learning tunes like I'll See You in My Dream, Mini Montant, and for example Just Friends, because these tunes are very similar and concerning its harmonic contents, because you got a lot of songs in jazz music that are basically the same. You know, for example, just playing the first bars, you will easily see it's like, after you've gone, left me crying, oh, I see you in my dreams, I hold you in my dreams. So it's very much the same. Or just friends, love us no more. What is? So this is very much the same, and I recommend learning these same tunes. So I hope that helped you, and I will upload more videos this year. This was After You've Gone, and see you soon. Bye.